I have to blaze through this. This is normally a 1 hour presentation, so I have to, yeah. So bear with me. Okay, so this is me before I had hair, you know, and that's my mom. I was born in Cebu, and she was making this very, very unique kind of furniture made out of rattan, and which was very original at that time. I think it still is. And she invented this technique of working with rattan, for which is an invention patent. You know, so from a young age, I learned the value of being, you know, original, being unique, and it was very difficult for her when everybody was making, you know, OEM, and you know there was so much money to be made making traditional furniture. She, you know, ventured and she took a risk by creating her own brand. You know, so I went to after my schooling, I came back to Cebu, and I based on the premise that the world doesn't really need another chair. You know, so what was I going to do? So I said, I'd have to create something very unique, something very different, you know, in the world of design. And not only different here in the Philippines, but in the world. So this is my first design called Yin and Yang in 1998. You know, and it was a very basic, you know, very modern shape. And using natural materials, I tried to play with this aesthetic of transparency, you know, where you see through it. And I was on to something because it was perfect for the tropics, because when you sit in it, the air can pass through, it cools you. When you put it on a balcony, it doesn't block the view. It allows, you know, it allows the light to come through, and it's like nature. Then I began to be inspired by things around us, like baskets, and so this is my second design called Balu, made out of rattan, steel, and abaca, you know, and in my designs, you see, because you see through it, the interior had to be as beautiful as the exterior. There was no hiding, you know. Everything that supported the chair was part of the design. It's not there for decoration. So this is the close-up of it. It's rattan that's bent at an angle to, you know, create strength. That's tied down by abaca. Then I looked at, so this I'm going to show you really quickly inspiration and the furniture. So this is inspired by fish pens, fishing net, fish pens. This is a design of mine called the Amaya dining table, and these are paired now with the dimple chairs. And as you can see on the floor, it creates very, very beautiful patterns, very beautiful the shadows. There's much character in it as the pieces themselves. And then I went on to inspired by the human body. This design called the Pigal is made out of hand-sculpted steel that's shaped, and as many as 3,000 knots are used to tie the abaca rope onto that frame. You know? And this is filmed in Phuket. You know? Okay, this is the voyage bed, because I believe that when you sleep, you take a voyage to a world of dreams and come back the next morning. You know, I have this bed to thank for. Because without Brad Pitt sleeping on this bed, I probably wouldn't be speaking in front of you here today. You know, it takes always Hollywood to get you known in your own country. Okay, this is, and then I began to do something which was different, which was to put everything under my name, under my brand. You know, and this is the model that I still follow today. Back then, it was a very, very adventurous, very risky, and in fact, for about 2 or 3 years. Because I insisted that companies who bought from me had to label it under my name and not theirs, they had to, you know, state proudly it's made in the Philippines. You know, I lost a lot of clients, you know, and so for about 3 years, the factory floors were empty. And soon I got a new, different set of clientele who normally didn't buy from the Philippines, you know, normally bought from Italy. They started to come and, you know, carry my furniture. So this is the model I follow today. So inspired by fishing nets. This is the dragnet. This is design 2.0 for me, because, you know, 1.0 was always using natural materials, and now I was using things like cotton and fabric and things that are not traditionally used here in the industry. This is Cabaret, which I designed about 5 years ago. You know, it's like an oversized sweater, a knit that's blown up. So this is Cabaret on a patio. Okay, so inspiration comes from everywhere. Like a Coke can is the inspiration for the Lola, which is made out of rattan. This won Hong Kong's Design for Asia Award, in 2005. Yeah, this is the Lola. This is Lola outdoors. This is the living room set. So I'm inspired by everything from cathedral, church-like structures, the Hagya. And just to show you the work that goes into a piece, this is the Laguna Chair. I designed in 2001. So it starts off with a shell made out of rattan. We take these shells out, then we put wooden legs on them, and then a sack, jute sack. This is the foam, then recycled foam, and then the weaving starts, And after about 48 hours, this is what it looks like. The beauty about this design is there are two patterns, one coarser one on the outside and one finer one on the inside, like this. And now the craftsman has to take these two patterns together and stitch them seamlessly like this. Okay. So this won an award also in New York for craftsmanship in 2001. This is the La Luna. Okay, another design. This is the tilt chair. Those who know woodworking know how difficult it is. In a factory of 300, only 2 are qualified to make this chair. It's cut at different angles, doweled precisely together, and this is really a testament to Southeast Asian craftsmanship. So this is the tilt. So of course, in all my designs, I try to make them as difficult as possible. So it's difficult for the Chinese to copy it. Okay, no offense there, I'm Chinese. Okay, okay. So this is so inspiration again. Grass becomes like a Yoda. Bowl of noodles became the noodle chair. This is my version of sheep called Harry. This is Harry now in its natural habitat. Again, using fabric, I designed this chair called the Bloom, which was also quite a feat at that time because we weren't really used. The factory, we're used to making things out of wood, weaving, but never, upholstery. Not like making gowns, because this is like almost the techniques here are almost like couture. The folds have these stiffeners in them, and it's so difficult, in fact, that only men seem to be able to do it because it requires a lot of strength to pull that thread, through the material. Okay, and it's still one of our best-selling designs today. And it's not a product that you normally associate with the Philippines or Southeast Asia. So this is the leaf chair. Okay, and so in my designs, this is an elephant. It's called Babar. This is a new design. It's like a work desk. This is lasso. It's like a stork with the baby. This is another design. The dog there is the end table. And this is my homage to our peacock chair. This is, this is the Babar. So you see everything in it can be used, including the tail there. This little broom, our little, and ears are cork boards, and everything opens up. It's fun. This is a car out of bamboo and carbon fiber, which I designed many years ago to join a fair in Milan. This is called the Phoenix. In fact, it's got a lot of coverage. It's in a lot of books. This is a book published in New York. It's all over the world. This is an ad of the biggest biggest bank in Belgium. It says, "Tomorrow is what we make it." So I do interiors just really quickly, playgrounds, bag for Tumi. This is a bamboo bicycle. This is a tricycle, called Eclipse. And so I distribute my furniture all over the world. We have offices, so we control the message. So we have our own offices. We sell through different showrooms and retail stores worldwide. These are some of the stores that we own. and manage. This one in New York. This is here in Manila. We have one in Germany. These are some, just really quickly, some of the projects that we do all over the world. This is the Nobu in Las Vegas. This is in Switzerland, in Portugal, one of the many hundreds of projects. This is in Greece. This is in Costa Rica. Okay. And these are the exhibitions we join around the world. This is Maison Objet in Paris. Okay, that's it.
Well,
thank you. Thank
so
you very
much.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.